Fasting is very common in many religions. Ramzan fasting for Muslims, Lent for Christians, Ekadashi for Hindus, Yom Kippur for the Jews. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here to attack any specific religion. But as we all know, religious practices are initiated long years back based on the situations and the scientific facts available during that time. That may or may not have any scientific standing at this point of time. That does not mean they are useless. They have its own benefits. Typically, these fastings range from 12 hours to 24 hours. Some of them have a practice of dry fasting, which means the fasting will involve not intaking enough of water. Benefit of fasting on a religious perspective can be, one is of course discipline, and that discipline is given not only to a particular person, most of the time it is given to a whole family and sometimes the whole society. Benefit number two, it helps to bring people together. Many a times these are the times they break fast together with their friends and family. That improves the bonding between them. Third, most religions during this time encourages charity, and this gives that joy of giving and concern for the society. Fourth, it gives you a kind of compliance to the rules and regulations of the religion. So you feel satisfaction of compliance. So these are the main advantages of these religious fastings. Now let us see the limitations or how we can make it even better. Dry fasting physiologically is harmful for the body. Same type of fasting but with hydration will be much more beneficial than a dry fasting. Now, what are the problems of dry fasting? Water is a big ingredient for your circulatory system or blood. So the blood volume will have an impact if your water intake is not there for a long period of 12 hours to 24 hours. Second, whether you're eating or not eating, your metabolism is on and there will be metabolic waste created in your cells. And this metabolic waste has to be filtered out and excreted. When you have less of water, it can affect the excretory system or a filtering system, which is mainly the kidneys. Many doctors report that especially after the fasting season or fasting days, many people report urinary infection or kidney problems, especially when the climate is pretty hot outside and your job involves a lot of physical work where you are supposed to increase your metabolism, but you cannot dispose the metabolic waste. Third is the electrolyte balance. When you don't take enough water, electrolyte balance gets affected, and this also can negatively affect the physiology or health of your body. It can be easily sorted out with all religious practices by allowing people to take water. Rest all things they can continue, but just allow taking water. The second case is about the timing. Most fasting, as I said, is up to 25 hours. Real benefit of fasting are two things. One is the fat burning and second is autophagy. Both starts after 24 to 25 hours. Some real benefit of fasting we are about to get at that time we stop and we miss out on such a wonderful benefit. The first 12 hours of fasting, our body utilizes the food which we have taken before that. After 12 hours, this glucose level comes down drastically and the body feels that okay, there is a need for glucose, and it straight away goes to the easily accessible storage energy source, which is glycogen, which is stored in the liver. There is a hormone called glucagon which converts this glycogen into glucose and that uses that for the body. This goes for another 12 hours. So total 24 hours we have enough backup. Everything is perfectly fine. Now after 24 hours you have left with nothing which can create glucose. So the only other option, which is the fixed deposit, which we have kept around our waist, like those precious fat bellies or pot bellies. So this is the time actually fat burning starts. Most religious fasting stops at this point. So fat burning do not happen. Not just that, immediately after the breaking the fast, because of many reasons, One could be the psychological reason that, okay, I have earned the right to eat enough because I fasted for 12 hours or 24 hours. People start feasting on it. Buy heavy carbohydrate food, sweet drinks, dried food. All these things actually keep hiking the sugar available in our body and blood, and this excess sugar gets deposited as fat. So instead of getting the benefit by fasting, we are increasing the fat deposition by this excess eating. These are the two areas where fasting can do minor tweaking if the religion allows, so that you get the maximum physiological benefit. So in 36-hour fasting, all the benefits what religious fasting gives, you also get, except for the spiritual part. And after 24 hours, the fat burning starts and you reduce the excess fat which is deposited on your body. That is the benefit. Very beneficial for people who are obese, and most of us are. See, even if your visible fat is not being utilized, which we call it a subcutaneous fat, which is visible by, you can touch and feel, there is something called a visceral fat which can be dangerous for your body, which get deposited around your organs. Second is autophagy. Most of our cells will have some parts which are not in a fully workable conditions. Like there will be some cells like half dead, there will be some cell components like mitochondria which are half dead. So when there is a scarcity of food in the body tries to eat up all these half dead cells, and in the process cleans up the complete cell and the complete body and rejuvenates the whole body. How often we need to do that? After one fasting, maybe in another 10-15 days, it may accumulate little bit more of such dust. We need to clean it. So ideally, taking this 36 hours fasting every 15 days is going to be beneficial. Incidentally, Ekadashi is suggested like this every 14 days. A dry Ekadashi is not so beneficial, and it's not 100% fasting because it involves eating some restricted foods. But a pure hydrated 36-hour fasting gives you maximum benefit. People find it difficult till 24 hours up, but after 24 hours you don't feel like you are struggling too much. And because after 24 hours, your brain starts working on ketones. Ketones are more efficient than glucose in terms of energy. Many people report that they have much better thought clarity after 24 hours. So this is going to be another benefit of 36-hour fasting. Most people report they lose 1 or 2 kg by 36-hour fasting. Some people can get overwhelmed with joy of losing so much in so much less time. They might tend to do it more frequently, which is not recommended practice. Once in 14 days or once in 15 days is the sweet spot of doing it. And if you're frequently doing it, body thinks like you are passing through a bad phase where food is not available. So body might naturally reduce your basal metabolic rate, which is also not good. You will feel tired. Psychologically, it is not possible because you are fasting so too often. It can increase the stress on your body, and the stress hormones can have more negative impact. And on the sustainability point of view, even if you are doing it weekly, every week you do that, you feel like it's too much stress on you, and then some point of time you may stop it. So once in 15 days is a sustainable, useful method of fasting if you want to do for 36 hours. 36 hours fasting with a frequency of 15 days is considered to be a sweet spot of fasting. If you are obese, definitely you will be delighted with the results. But if you are on a medication for some disease like diabetes or obesity or any thing of that sort, or if you are suffering from any physiological problems, such fasting should be done with the supervision or advice of a medically qualified personnel only. I personally do 36 hours fasting and see the benefits. A few of my close friends also do that, and I have seen their benefits. Rishi Sunak of England, the previous Prime Minister, he publicly declared that he does 36-hour fasting. You are not alone, and it is not that difficult. It's only psychologically difficult, but you actually start doing it, it's much easier. And as Rishi Sunak always says, It gives you the freedom to eat whatever you want rest of the week after fasting, because you know that you can maintain your physiology and health with this fasting. Eat healthy, stay healthy.